Hey, everybody. I don't know if I remember how this thing works, but I'm Professor Jeremy Vilmer, and joining me now is Arn Anderson's favorite enhancement talent, Double B, Bobby Blaze. What's happening, Bobby?
Hey, man, I'll tell you what, Jeremy. It's good to hear your voice again. I know you're the good professor. Yes, I did get to meet Arn. I shook his hand, had a nice little conversation that took place at the Bluegrass Wrestling Con 2. But you know what we're here for? We're here for October 1st, Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3, brought to you by the TimeWarp, right here in beautiful downtown Ashland. And I know we got some big news regarding you, FTC, and the TimeWarp. What's happening, Captain?
Well, Bobby, I'm a bit of a historian, and I like to travel around and see historic places. And this year I've been to Athens and Mykonos and New York City, and now I'm coming to Ashland, Kentucky.
All right, man. Very good, man. Some people's been asking about you, man. We're glad to have you here. So our deal is, wrestling fans and Bobby Blaze fans, Professor Jeremy Vilmer's fans, the Bell to Bell Bobby Blaze fans, we're back. We're going to try to shoot for this is a mini run of probably 4 podcasts. We're going to do one today that you're hearing on September the 11th. And you know what happened to this date, 1988, Jeremy?
I do, but do you want to tell us or do you want me to say it?
You can say it. Tell them.
You wrestled your first professional match 34 years ago today.
Yes. I was down in Hayside, Virginia, man, down in the Breaks Interstate Park down there, man. You will wear your brakes, that's the name of it. You'll wear your brakes out going down there in Hayside, Virginia. So many curves, mountains, hills, and bumps. Let me just tell you, but yep, I did. And it was memorable. I still remember it to this day what it's like to be in that locker room, what it's like to come out in front of the crowd in my very first match. And, of course, I knew everything then and how to go over, except for how to go over, rather. And but I got over the crowd pretty good. I wore a mask and put my man over because I learned pin me, pay me that very first night. And that was about 6 or 8 months before I went to the Malenkos. But I had some fun. It was a good time and I got paid for it.
Let me ask you, because, I've done events where I'm on stage in front of hundreds of people. And when I was younger, I did suffer from stage fright, but when I started doing this stuff, I never really had. How did you do walking out in front of a big crowd your first time?
Oh, you know what? I loved it. I'd played sports, man. I had been in front of, as long as I'm out front like that, I don't mind. Because, like I said, I'd played high school sports, college basketball for a couple of years there, ran track and field. I was always an athlete and stuff, so I was looking forward to it, and we had a good crowd. It was part of the promoter at the time was an old NWA promoter up here in Kentucky and Virginia, and he ran pretty good shows. So, Adrian Adonis was on it. One of the Samoans was on it. I honestly can't remember that very first show, everyone that was on it, but I do know Adrian was on it because he was still, actually, he was bringing some guys in from Continental too. That was the other thing. But, I didn't, I was like 3rd or 4th match. The guy I wrestled, Rick Newsom, better get him over here. He helped me break in a little bit. And he knew the guy had been used on several of the shows up in that area. And, it was a good time, man. I really enjoyed it.
That's good, yeah. Did you find that if you did start to freak out, the mask would help, or what do you think about that?
Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I gave it a second thought, to be honest with you. I was so far from home because that's about a 5-hour drive where I was at. I didn't think anyone would know me with or without the mask. I think they used some gimmick name like Super Destroyer 3 or something like that, So that comes to mind. It could have been something like that, the Mask Destroyer 3 or, something.
Yeah.
The funny thing I remember about the one thing I remember, I had one of these white, it was going to be a street fight, obviously, because wrestling was pretty much out the window of some of the talent that was on that show. For Rick and myself, we were just, I hadn't really been smartened up that much. Like I said, it took time. But I had a white long john or one of those shirts on, that he was going to rip off of me.
Yeah.
Well, when he did, the funniest thing about the match to me was he threw it down at the edge of the ring, and I took a powder on the outside of the other side of the ring, rather. And I remember walking around, and this little old man must have been sitting in the front row, had a cane, and was getting right to the edge of the ring where that shirt was at, and he went to grab that shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he did, I grabbed the shirt and I said, "Give me that, old man." Well, part of the sleeve was wrapped around his cane.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, that might have been the best bump of the night right there.
Oh,
I said,
well.
"Give me that damn shirt." And I grabbed it, and his cane went down, and he went down. And so that really got me some serious heat right there.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, so when I rolled back in, Rick just beat the piss out of me. And I think the finish, he liked doing this thing. He put some silver dollars inside of his headband. And I think he gave me the headbutt, and I went down, and he flipped out the 3 or 4 silver dollars he had, to the fans. So anyway, good times, man. Let's not ramble on too much. You got any more question about that? That's a good question, though. I did a good.
No, I was just curious about that, and I figured this is the right occasion to ask.
Yeah. Well, I got something to ask you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a time warp?
Oh, I'm always ready for a time warp.
All right, man. Well, let me just throw this out there. Earl, thank you very much, man. We're glad to be back here. If you're a video gamer, sports fan, or nostalgic enthusiast, Time Warp is a brick-and-mortar hobby shop with a huge selection of everything sports, gaming, and collectibles in downtown Ashland in 2 locations in the Ashland Town Center. They got vintage toys, sport cards, and collectibles, tons of wrestling merch. And I'm telling you what they got right now, Jeremy. They got the Pin Me, Pay Me books on sale.
All right.
And if you get one, I've already talked to Earl about this. When we get to Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3, if you purchase the book at the Time Warp downtown at the one of the locations or at the mall location, there will not be a charge for me to autograph that for you. So that's kind of a deal Earl and I have worked out. So normally you'd pay, $20 for the book plus an autograph fee. If you get it at the Time Warp, no autograph fee on the day of the show at Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3. Anyway, back to this. The Time Warp has the largest selection of memorabilia in the entire tri-state area. Time Warp also has an extensive inventory of vintage and current video games and consoles. It's a 100% must visit for retro gamers. And Jeremy, I know you're going to be visiting when you come to town.
Oh, probably. That is kind of right up my alley, yeah.
Right on. And Time Warp buys your collectibles daily. They're open 7 days a week, 363 days a year, as they're only closed on Thanksgiving or Christmas. Check out their Facebook page at Time Warp Ashland. They also do mail-ins. So, get your stuff in, man, and they'll make sure it's signed that day. And speaking about that day, Jeremy, you want to throw out some people that's probably going to be there at WrestleCon 3, October 1st, from 12 until 4 at 1620 Winchester Avenue in beautiful downtown Ashland at the Highland Museum. Brought to you by Appalachian Championship Wrestling, FTC Wrestling, and, of course, the Time Warp.
Well,
what do you got for us,
Well,
Professor?
here's what I got. I got the... Nikita Koloff, the original Bill Goldberg, he's going to be there.
Yes.
Barry Horowitz is going to be there.
My man Barry.
Mazel tov. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, will be there.
I can't do his laugh.
No. Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux will be there. That's a pair to draw to right there.
Right. I think they're heading back to the WWE. They probably will be back there by the time this date comes around. And who else you got?
Well, I got Erwin R. Shyster, of course, the Mike Rotunda there.
Yep.
You remember when they took him from they took him from like the sports team captain to a boat captain?
I'll tell you what, man, when he was in the varsity club, I was thinking about this the other day, but him and Dr. Death Steve Williams with Kevin Sullivan, that's 3 people you just wouldn't want to mess with when they had that varsity club.
No.
And then when he goes to the yacht, what was a yacht club captain?
Yeah.
To the IRS, man. Yeah, that's pretty good transition there, man. Shows you college education pays off for the man.
It's true. You can get a job anywhere doing anything.
Yeah. So,
and then the last thing I've got on here, but I kept these guys so I could group them together. We have the living legend, Larry Zbyszko, Stan the Lariat Hansen, and Jerry the King Lawler. You know what they all have in common, Bobby?
Yes, I do, but I want you to tell them because you brought this to my attention when I first sent you the flyer about this big event, man. Let them know. And if you're an old school wrestling fan or your wrestling history, I texted 2 names to the professor, and then I texted third, and he said, "Oh man, really?" And then tell me what you said after that.
Well, I was wrong when I said it, so I'll say it correctly going into this one. That is 3 out of 4 of the last living AWA World Heavyweight Champions will be at Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3.
Yes. That's awesome, man.
That really is, yeah.
And I've met all 3 of them. Larry Zabisco, I've worked with from WCW. He was there the entire time I was there. Stan, I've got to meet and speak to a couple of times. He just doesn't do a lot of these, but it's been maybe 5 or 6 years ago. He was at one, and I got to speak to him, and I'd read his book, and The Last Outlaw is a very good book, and I enjoyed meeting Stan. And of course, I have a personal history with Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again. I think I'm going to see him a couple of times in October, and maybe again in the very near future. I'm not really sure about that, but it'll be nice to have a king in Ashland, Kentucky, I guess, So, and I've got my King Slayer shirt that I'll probably be wearing because, Jeremy,
yes.
I am the man that beat Jerry the King Lawler. Or at least it was booked that way.
Not only do I know it, but I'm the first person that called you the King Slayer, so
that's right.
I am quite aware of that one. Now, so guys, if you buy Bobby's book, you will get a free autograph should you want it. For $5, I'll be willing to draw a dick and balls on anything you own.
Well, it's not that kind of convention now.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think you and I are going to have some pictures for sale, too, if I'm not mistaken. We might be having some 8x10s taken that day. Speaking of my book, you can get the book at the TimeWarp at any location here in Ashland. As mentioned, you can also go to tinyurl.com/blazebook1 for Pin Me, Pay Me. You can go to tinyurl.com/blazebook2 for I kick that on to the educational wrestler. Like I said, if you buy it now, down there, down at the TimeWarp, no autograph fee at the day of the Bluegrass Wrestling Con. So just bring it to me and tell me where you got it at. Jeremy, we've been off the air for a couple months now.
Couple months, yeah.
And our goal now is to do this and at least one other podcast. But I'm going to read you some statistics, and this may encourage us to maybe get back together. But right now we're going to do a 4 podcast mini run, if you will. This should come out when you get this. You'll know you'll get up whatever day it normally comes out. Tuesdays, I think, is when Jeremy drops these things.
Yeah,
so we'll get this on about the 13th, and then we'll do another one before the 1st, and then Jeremy, this is what's going to happen, man. Saturday, October 1st, we will be live. We'll be live streaming, probably on a TimeWarp's Facebook page, probably someone else's Facebook page, also Instagram. So we are going to record in our podcast. This podcast will be live Saturday, October the 1st, from noon until 4. I know we already have permission to interview several people. Anyone associated with one of the bigger companies like WWE or something, they will not be able to. But the independent guys, like Stan, like the King, like Labisco, they will be able, and if they have the time and we can get them in there, we will be talking to those gentlemen on the podcast. Jeremy, in our podcast, man, we are number 224 in Great Britain. I'm just going to drop this out there. You can, God Save the Queen, bless her. Yep. Passed away just the other day, so I'm not going to bring the show down any, just want to let you know. This is according to Chartable Digest. We're number 86 in France, and you said the French love us.
They always have.
Professional wrestling. Yes. We're number 86 in India, but this one freaked me out, man. We're number 31 in the Czech Republic right now. And so we haven't recorded anything recently, but this is based off people going back and, listening to our podcast. It's still out there, To Bell with Bobby Blaze. Jeremy, now this is kind of sad. Our good friend Tex Johnson used to run our YouTube page, and that YouTube page is locked up. And the professor and I, this is a straight shoot. We have no access to it. I wish we did, because when I drop these numbers on you, it's Jeremy and I we're not going to get upset about it. We're happy about it, but I wish we could unlock this deal with YouTube and get our releases on that, because we have 10,700 subscribers. We have 183 videos, mostly at text done and edited. And that was our agreement. It was a 3-way deal. So Jeremy and I know the behind-the-scenes stuff. No one got burned, nothing like that. It's just our dear friend passed away, and it's locked up. And we've got over 2,290,616 views. So that's a shitload of views, and we probably have a few dimes owed to us, but it's just like I said, it's locked up for now. But we are still popular, Jeremy. That's what I'm getting at, brother.
Yeah, that's not bad that we're increasing market share in Europe without having recorded a new episode.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I know we're not going to talk a whole long time today. I just want to bring this up. Also, on Saturday the 1st, now there's a big show coming to town with FTC. So we're going to have a show. I'm going to mention a couple of matches. This is going to take place at the Ironton, Ohio Rona Theater. We're back in the Rona Theater. Right in downtown Ironton. It is about probably less than 5 miles from where we're going to be at the Hollywood Museum in Ashland, Kentucky. So if you come, plan on spending a day meeting and greeting all the professional wrestlers that day, and then come out to the matches that night. And we've got a spectacular show lined up. I know we've got Titan Troy and Facade versus Levi Everett. I've seen these guys work. They're incredible. The second match is, these aren't in the order, I'm just reading them off here. We got Brock Boulder, man. He's the Art of Grappling champion. He's going against Josh Rocket Benson, a new up-and-comer. That should be one hell of a match. Special ladies match, Ray Lynn versus Sue Young. That should be a good match. I know there's 3 other matches. I'm just throwing these out there. Misery, he's going to try to settle a score with Psych Ward. Them two have had something local going on for quite a while now. But the main event that evening, get ready, because I'm going to read you a name,
okay,
and you can just give me your feedback. I just saw this guy last Sunday, as a matter of fact, and I had a beer with him, as a matter of fact, and I like this guy, as a matter of fact, okay? But we know that Jerry the King Lawler is going to be in town, okay?
Yeah.
Well, anytime the King's in town, he's going to be in the main event. You want to know who's wrestling, though, and who I had a beer with just last Sunday night?
Who?
Jock Sampson. He's taking on the King.
Well, okay. That's see the good side there is I don't really have a favorite, so I'll get to watch 2 guys beat each other up and be okay with either way.
Okay. Yeah. I really thought you might browbeat Jock a little bit more. But now that you might see him face to face, let's see now.
Well, how tall is he anyway?
Shit, man, he's built like a refrigerator. He's about 5'8", 5'9", 270.
Okay.
Solid.
See, he's not as big as I expect. Yeah, you know what? I hope Lawler.
He's a goat. I'll say that. He goes by the goat, man.
Oh, yeah, that's because he eats garbage, though. Yeah, it's because he eats garbage. I hope to see Jerry Lawler karate slap the shit out of Jock Sampson in that case, then, finding out he's only 5'8".
Well, I don't know. He could be 5'10". I'm just guessing, man. He might be 5'6" or 5'10". I just threw the 5'8" out.
You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I see him in person to decide which way I want this to go. Then.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. I saw Lawler a year ago against Shane Storm.
Yeah.
And Lawler threw a damn drop kick. So I'll be curious to see if he's got it in him to throw another drop kick or deliver one more pile driver against Jock Sampson. That should be a good match. But again, those matches take place right across the river, and you'll have about 2 hours in between when the gimmick's over down at the Bluegrass Wrestling Con, because that is from noon until 4, and the wrestling show won't start until about 7. So that's pretty cool. The tickets, you can get them online too. Just go to TimeWarp, and the tickets they should already be on sale for the Bluegrass Wrestling Con 3 and for the matches that night, Jeremy. So
wow.
Just go check them out. The best thing to do is just check out the TimeWarp. I'm not on Facebook, you know that deal. I am back on Instagram, folks, at BobbyBlaze744, just like my Twitter, at BobbyBlaze744. But go to TimeWarp Ashland on Facebook. That's probably one of the best ways ways to reach them and ask them about mail-ins. I know I've got a couple personal messages, as we were talking earlier today, Jeremy, about people that we know from our podcast are going to be sending some stuff to the Time Warp. And I see them at these conventions, and I know it's for a fact when they get that stuff in, I see them bring boxes in, they get it signed, they box it right back up for you, and they get it right back out to you. So there's another avenue if you cannot make it physically to Ashland on October the 1st. You can do a mail-in. But do this for me. Let Earl know and his staff. He's got Cowboy Ash down there. He's got Sammy down there. He's got Tom down. He's got a good staff. But all the people at Time Warp, every time I go down there, I want you all to know. Earl, you let him know. Bobby Blaze does appreciate him. He's got a good staff. But I see how professional they are about getting stuff back out in the mail and stuff. So do me a favor. If you are listening to this podcast and you mail something in, tell them that Bobby Blaze and the Professor Jeremy Vilmer sent you the link. Is that what I'm trying to say, Jeremy?
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, words are hard, but yeah, it seemed like that was the direction you were going.
Well, that fucking ice you're crunching, Mayor's hard too, goddammit.
Well, Bobby, we got fires out here again, and so my nose and my throat are fucking trashed.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I had a glass of tea sitting here, and my mouth is so dry I already drank it.
Yeah.
So I was just
you have your beer later on?
Oh, I will a little bit later, yeah.
Okay, well, I know you're a couple hours behind me. With that said, we're going to make this short and sweet. Once again, I'd like to thank FTC Wrestling and also a big shout out to Time Warp. We appreciate the sponsorship very much, and we're going to do one more of these. We may have a guest or two. Just teasing there because I've spoke to two people, and they may come on between now and October 1st. Then again, we will be live October the 1st. Please download our podcast. I didn't even get around to it, Jeremy. We've had 2 reviews also on Apple, so or whatever the Apple Music, I guess. I copied it. I think I sent it to you. I don't remember if I emailed or sent it via text. But hey, everything's doing good, man. We just got to keep trying to do our best. And Professor, thank you time. Thank you for your time, for taking the time out of your day to record this. And let's get this up, man. And let's get, please, rate and review, share, whatever you fucking do. Follow me on Twitter at BobbyBlaze744, also on Instagram. And let me know that you were glad to hear us back on the air once again.
Yeah, I can't say anything better than that myself. Yeah, please do. We will see you all out there on October 1st. What else is there to say, Bobby? I just, see you there. I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping we can land that Larry Zbyszko interview. Yep. I got questions about hitting somebody with a roll of nickels, Yeah,
well, you can ask him.
Well, that's my plan.
All right, man.
Well, Bobby, you got anything else you want to wrap up with, or are we good?
No, see you at the matches, wrestling fans.
Well, there we go. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, subscribing wherever you're at, and thank you for showing up out to support the guests and the Time Warp there in Ashland, Kentucky on October 1st, the year of our Lord 2022. And until next time, bye-bye, everybody.